Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. Today, we're going to be doing part 3 of the Inner Healing Link series. And for those who need to be caught up, I'm going to briefly do a recap, and then you can go back and watch the other 2 videos. Part 1 of the Inner Healing Link series, we started with what haven't you said? What haven't you done? What haven't you confronted in your healing? So, you know, what forgiveness have you not spoken? What things have you not done, or what have you swept under the rug? Because what have you delayed and procrastinated in doing so you could actually heal? That was part 1. Part 2, we dealt with what are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding yourself? Not just your body, for the mind, body, soul, spirit, health, well-being. What are you feeding in your thoughts? What are you feeding yourself in negativity talk? What positive affirmations are you saying when you first wake up in the morning versus when you go to sleep? Because that's where the real healing process begins. That's when our bodies heal themselves, so we don't manifest disease and illness within our bodies based on our thoughts and feelings, because that begins with the healing process with all those 4 pillars too. So part 3, what are we doing today? Dun, dun, dun. Part 3, we're dealing with your life's greatest disappointments and challenges. I know. You think it's gonna suck. Well, maybe it will. But maybe it won't after you're through the other side. Have you thought about that? Okay, so what we're gonna do with dealing with our life's greatest disappointments and challenges is we're gonna create 2 lists. The first list is gonna be what I'm pressuring you right now to think of in rapid fire motion. What are the first most traumatic, life-altering, monumental, life's disappointment and challenges which have happened in your life so far? Because the first few that you list will either be the ones that have changed you and made you, or the ones here that are still kind of raw still because you haven't really dealt with the emotions that are attached to it. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is adulting. When we become adults, we get in this automatic pilot mode of being responsible and dealing with our obligations, handling all of the business attached to major traumatic events. So maybe you had a funeral that you had to plan, so you didn't have time to feel your feelings because you had to do all of these things to get it all organized. Maybe you were in a major accident, or maybe, you know, you were part of that, and so you had to deal with insurance and police and blah, blah, blah. So you had to deal with that. Or maybe, you know, you had some other type of illness or disease or diagnosis or something, okay? Whatever it is, major life events that have been challenges, or the disappointments, maybe something you worked really hard for years and years and something failed, or business failed or something. Those are just life's disappointments and challenges too, because they can challenge you financially and emotionally and spiritually and all of these things. So list them. Now, some of you may think, oh, well, I can't think of anything. Maybe I've actually healed from them. Maybe, if you were very, very diligent at doing the work. But maybe you can't recall them because they're blockages. You blocked out. You were very selective as to what they were, and you minimized them so you could just get through. So you could just, it's survival. It's human. It's what humans do. So you didn't really address it. So we do want to list those things too, just in case, to get out any last residue or remnant of stuff, you know, that may be lingering, that you're carrying on as subliminal baggage that you're not even aware in your higher consciousness that you're carrying out into your new experiences. So we're going to list those 2. So on that list as many as you can. That's step 1. Step 2 of this list, I want you to think of 3, top 3 things you felt with all of your major life disappointments and challenges. 3. Should be pretty easy, right? The first thing that come to mind. Were you angry? Were you hurt? Were you sad? Were you defeated? defeated? Did you feel betrayal? Did you feel lost? Did you feel abandoned because maybe you didn't have enough support? Maybe your coworkers or boss or friends or whatever, family weren't even around to support you through this really traumatic time? Did you feel like you lost hope or faith or trust? These are things that we need to attach to each one of these things so that we can actually heal it. If you don't apply those things, you don't really see it. And so you kind of just blow through it, breeze through it. And then when you have a trigger button later for something completely unrelated, that button gets pushed. That button gets pushed and you wonder like, why am I feeling this again? Well, didn't quite deal with that list. Okay? We're trying to be compassionate with ourselves and our souls. Not just our humans, but our souls, so that our souls and our humans don't confuse what evolution and growth really is versus what is just a coping mechanism to get through. Healing and survival are two different things. They're not the same. Survival is just muddle through to get through it, just to get to the other side, but you haven't dealt with it. You haven't confronted it. You haven't healed it. It's like a scar that you still have to keep looking at, and then you don't want to look at it, so you put a band-aid over it so you don't have to look at it, but it's really there, and you know it's there. And if you ignore it long enough, it ends up becoming an infection, and it's not good for you. It's toxic. Because that toxic energy gets carried over into how you're living. That's no way to live, right? That's existing. That's just functioning in a survival mode where it's not really your highest, greatest, good, and best life. And that's where you want to go, right? That's what you want. That's what you want. So start there. All of your greatest challenges and disappointments and the 3 major emotions you felt. More if you can. List all you can. Now, I want you on the second list, as you look at that other list, I want you to come up with as many positive things as you can think of. I'm not even going to give you a number. Infinite possibilities. Think of as many positive things that came out of that. Did you learn something? Did you gain more wisdom? Did you get stronger? Was your faith and trust restored because some people did step in, some people did help, or your community came together, or something, okay? Maybe even the services that you dealt with all of these other things, whatever the event was, whether it was a business or a family thing or a death or whatever, accident, maybe, wow, a little bit of humanity, faith in humanity restored because that one person on the phone that you talked to actually was compassionate and kind, actually was respectful, maybe did their actual part to help you come up with the information or whatever you needed to deal. Maybe they provided a resource that you didn't even know was available so that you could, get through most of it as best as you could. And maybe you figured out that you weren't alone after all. So I want that to be the next list. I want you to look at those positives. Step 3. What are we going to do now? Do you know? Do you know? We're going to look at this list. We're going to look at this list. And we're going to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing me what I'm made of. Thank you for teaching me something I didn't know before had I not walked through this fire. Thank you for making me stronger. Thank you for showing me who my real friends were. Thank you for helping me realize I have a lot within me that can survive a lot. I'm stronger than I thought I was. Thank you for showing me I can have a little hope and trust and faith in humanity that I didn't have before because people stepped up. Or, thank you for sifting out the bad and the negative stuff because now I can focus on what is versus what isn't and what was fake and false. Thank you for showing me that I can make it through because I'm still here. I've survived. And even better, I've actually helped someone else because of this. Maybe because you've experienced something that when you had a friend or relative or somebody that went through it too, you actually had a piece of wisdom that you could offer that you wouldn't have even been able to do had you not gone through it. Or maybe you even made it a profession. Maybe you were trying to deal with a car accident situation and didn't like how whatever was going down with the insurance and healthcare and all that, and maybe you decided to go into that industry because you didn't want that happening to somebody else. Maybe it gave you a voice. Maybe it gave you something to fight for. Even if that means not just for yourself, but for others too. When we look at our experiences of our life's greatest disappointments and challenges in one way, and we evolve into this other place the other way, we have not only gratitude, but this is where we establish grace through these experiences. And then our heart fills back up with love and appreciation and gratitude. We cherish what good we could walk away with, even if it was just a nugget of wisdom. And this is where real healing begins. Because we understand life is not easy for everybody. I can guarantee you life is not easy for anybody. We all have our own little things that we deal with. And sometimes things are shattered when we go through life challenges and trauma and experiences. Maybe we have shattered hope or shattered dreams or shattered trust or shattered faith or shattered, maybe our hearts are broken, whatever the obstacle is. But what we learn is when we gather all of this together and come out the other side of it and see it, we see what's possible. And that's a beautiful thing to embrace as you're going through the healing process. So get your list going. I know it's not going to be easy, and yeah, it may even suck a little, but you will be grateful for the experience because you're already on the road. You've already been starting this process because you're watching this right now, right? Or you're actually contemplating it or thinking of it. So this is where we begin. So if you have any questions, hit me up on social media. If you are looking for a private coaching session, I'm available for that too. So let's see how we can work through this together and see if there's actually a part 4 of this video series. I'm Stacey Kumagai, your Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Linkronicity, blogspot.com, and go to linkronicity.com for private coaching sessions. I hope you have a wonderful day, linking to your inner healing link as you deal with your life's greatest disappointments and challenges, and I hope that you come out the other side of it seeing how grateful you are that you survived and that you are stronger than ever before.